All right, welcome to The Explainer. What if I told you the solution to a massive global farming problem wasn't some powerful new chemical, but a microscopic, glowing assassin? Today we're diving into the incredible 20-year search for a secret weapon that was hiding in the most unexpected place imaginable.
So, let's get right into this. This is a story about a breakthrough that literally, and I mean literally, started with a mysterious glow. It's a journey that takes us from a huge agricultural nightmare to a solution that's almost impossibly tiny and absolutely brilliant.
So first, we need to meet the villain of our story. We're talking about a tiny pest that causes enormous problems for farmers all across the globe.
This is the spider mite. To farmers, it's the red or white spider, and it's a total nightmare. This nearly invisible little arachnid is considered one of the most destructive and, frankly, one of the most difficult to control pests in all of modern agriculture.
So what makes them so tough? Well, for starters, they're just incredibly resilient. Their life cycle is super short, and they reproduce so fast that they can evolve resistance to chemical pesticides at a mind-boggling rate. This means that even with 19 different chemical miticides on the market, farmers are often fighting a battle they just can't win. So, with all the usual chemical options failing, scientists had to get creative. They had to look for a new weapon somewhere truly extraordinary. And believe me, the answer was not obvious.
You might think they'd look in the soil or in some fancy lab dish, right? But nope, the key was actually hiding inside another microscopic creature that already had a, let's say, complicated relationship with insects.
And here it is, an insect pathogenic nematode. Now these tiny worms are known to infect and kill insects. But the nematode itself, well, it isn't our hero. It's really just the delivery vehicle. And this is where the sheer difficulty of this search really hits you. The research team, led by Shi-Feng Cha, had to find their target inside the throat of this microscopic worm. Think about that for a second. It's so small. The search took a full year and was described as being even harder than finding a needle in a haystack. No kidding.
And here it is, Photorhabdus luminescens. This is our glowing assassin. This bacterium lives inside the nematode and produces a faint, cold light. The only way the researchers could actually find and isolate it was by working in a pitch-black darkroom, just following that tiny, faint glow to its source. Incredible.
Okay, so we found this glowing bacteria, but how in the world does it become a weapon? Well, the way this tiny organism takes down the much larger spider mite is nothing short of a masterclass in biological warfare.
It's a brilliant Trojan horse strategy. See, the nematode is the horse, sneaking past the enemy gates, but the bacteria, they're the soldiers hidden inside. Once they're released, they produce these deadly protein byproducts that literally cause the spider mite's gut to rupture, killing it from the inside out.
Ouch.
This amazing discovery didn't just lead to some new product on a shelf. It created a whole revolutionary new type of pest control. It completely changes the game. And the results? Well, they really speak for themselves. In field tests on crops like papaya, this new biopesticide wasn't just as good as the leading chemical options, it was often even better, achieving over 80% control of the spider mite populations. But the real advantages go way beyond just effectiveness. This method is just smarter. Animal toxicity tests show it's completely harmless to humans, to mammals, and to crucial pollinators like bees. Plus, it doesn't harm the good guys, the beneficial predator mites that are the spider mite's natural enemies. And best of all, the mites don't seem to develop resistance to it. This right here is a total game changer for farmers. It means they can protect their crops right up to the very last day before harvest, without having to worry about dangerous chemical residues on the food that ends up on our plates. But a groundbreaking product like this doesn't just appear overnight. It's actually the result of decades of dedicated and I'm sure often very difficult research.
Let this number really sink in for a second. 20 years. This breakthrough was not some lucky accident. It was built on 2 decades of pure persistence by Taiwan's Agricultural Chemicals Research Institute. That's 20 years of funding, of experiments, of setbacks, and sheer dedication to turn a scientific curiosity into a world-changing tool.
This timeline really shows you the incredible journey. From isolating a glowing bacteria in a worm's throat, to studying its deadly proteins, to solving the massive challenge of creating a product that can sit on a shelf at room temperature for 2 years and still work.
The final step was getting it officially approved, with a launch set for 2025.
And that makes this a true global first. Get this. While other countries have sold the nematodes themselves as a form of pest control, Taiwan is the first to successfully separate, stabilize, and actually commercialize the bacteria's powerful weapon as its own standalone biopesticide.
And the story isn't over yet. The plan now is to expand its use to other high-value crops like strawberries, get it certified for organic farming, and even explore its potential to fight not just mites, but maybe fungi and other insects too.
This whole journey just goes to show you that sometimes the biggest solutions to our most nagging problems aren't found in giant factories or complex chemicals. They're found in the most unimaginably small places. It just takes persistence and, yeah, a little bit of light to find them.